Hi everybody, Jade Hamilton here again, and I'm going to read to you another little bit from Girls and Boys Come Out to Play, and this piece is a little bit special because I'm going to dedicate it to a lovely girl called Charlotte who's been messaging me and telling me how much she likes the piece and generally making my head swell. So thank you, Charlotte, and this piece is for you. One Wednesday, when she came to pick Benjy up from school, Sienna bumped into his teacher, Miss Webber, in the corridor. She was new to the job and little girl keen, jingling with bangles, dark hair chopped into a mere Pharaoh pixie cut. "Ah, you must be Sienna, is it?" "That's right. I need to have a chat with someone about Benjy. He's been very," she pressed her lips together, "anxious lately." Miss Webber led the way up the corridor to 8W's classroom and sat her down in a red plastic chair directly in front of the desk. The naughty chair. "She's trying to tell me I'm in trouble," Sienna thought. And she was right, kind of. "We have a worry box by the book corner." Miss Webber slid one of her bangles up and down her wrist, then another. "Go on," Sienna urged. Miss Webber fished around in the pockets of her shirt and pulled out a crumpled sheet of lined paper. "I found this morning." Sienna unfolded the piece of paper and looked at it. The handwriting was definitely Benjy's. In capitals, the note read, "I'm scared Daddy won't get better." She sighed and straightened the pleats of her school skirt. This was why Mum should have told the school about what was going on. It would stop do-gooder types like Miss Webber panicking so much. But then they might call social services or something. Get the authorities really involved. That would be fun. He's been getting into 1 or 2 fights as well. That didn't sound like Benjy. Fights? There was an incident in the playground on Monday. 2 girls from another class got hurt. But Benjy knew not to hit girls. Dad had drummed that into the 2 boys for as long as anybody could remember. If he was hitting girls, there must be something really wrong. So why were they only telling her now? Benjy came into the classroom, shuffling guiltily on the toes of his trainers. He kept his head down, but Sienna could just make out a plum-coloured bruise on one cheek. She grinned at him. "Hello, Trouble." He swayed and gave her a furtive smile, but he didn't say anything. "You've been getting into some scraps. That's not the little brother I know. You want to tell me what the matter is?" Benjy seemed to find it easier to talk to the floor. "Not really." "So who are these 2 girls who've been giving you a hassle then?" Benjy stared down at the dandelions peeping through the crack in the pavement. "How do you know I'm getting a hassle? It's not exactly rocket science, is it?" Sienna snorted. She paused for a few beats. "So who is it?" "Malacy Bennett and Lindsay Bell. They said Dad's in hospital because he's a druggie. I told them loads of times he wasn't, but they wouldn't listen. If Tay was here, he'd have sorted them out, but he's not here. So I punched them." "Oh, Benjy, you didn't." "I know it's bad to hit girls, but they kept going on, and I couldn't tell Miss Webber because Mummy said nobody's allowed to know anything about Dad except that he's in hospital. I had to." Sienna tried to keep her voice as soft as possible. "I know you couldn't really tell anyone at school because of what Mum said," Benjy interjected. "Because of what Mum said, yeah," Sienna nodded. "But you can always talk to me about things if you're worried. I know I'm not Tay or anything, but I'm still your sister. I can try and sort things out for you. Stop you getting any stick. Benjy looked at her like she was mad. But you're a girl. Girls can't